ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what do you know? What do you say? It's another day. It's Hump Day, which means it's time for Hump Day episode 06 and Heart of Volunteer Veterans Podcast. Hey, we're extending a little Ohana to you. That's family. And aloha. Welcome to the show. Here we go. All right, hey. Nice and easy hump day, huh? Made it to this point during the week, and now it just looks easy. Friday, you got a great episode coming out. Sean Hess is coming on. Going to talk about his saga. It's going to be an amazing show. I've already listened to it. I was there. It's a great show. You're not going to want to miss it. So come on, hang out with us. So, hey, but you're here now. So welcome once again to Heart of Volunteer Veterans Podcast. I want to start off by talking about our amazing guests that we've had on. We've had quite a few episodes in the last 32 days or something like that, 32 days. And to start that off, we got Mark Miller. I was out there in California, stayed with Mark and Christina Miller there at their home. Amazing place, amazing time. And Mark came on, gave a saga, talked about his life and times in the military, his friends, and where his life is going now. Great episode. Mark, keep doing what you're doing, brother. And keep reaching out, man. You call me like once a week. I like that. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. And then, hey, Alan Gutierrez. Goots. Him and Brent, they're in California. They come all the way up. Come get me. Take me somewhere so we can hang out and just visit. Thanks, guys. You didn't have to do that. I told you from the very beginning, I'm just one of the guys. But I appreciate what you did for me. And believe me, I'm gonna be there to pay it back to you. That's just the way I roll. So thanks, guys. It was great to hang out with you. It was great to catch up. Thank you for coming on the show. Thanks for letting other veterans know what you got going on out there, how you're doing, how you're making it through. So thanks, guys. Appreciate that. The next we had is Chris and Justin Tucker. Chris has been on the show a couple of times. Justin came on with him. Another great episode talking about Breach Bolt Jungle, their new podcast. I'm telling you, folks, if you haven't listened to the Mondays Legends, those are good. I like the legends. Chris, Justin, keep up the legends. I like those. That's good stuff. Folks, go out there and listen to it. Check it out. And once again, just like with anything that we put out, if it's not for you, you know somebody that it might be. Take the extra muscle movement to share it with them, to let them know that it's there. You may be helping them get through a time, and that might be the thing that helps them. The worst they're going to say is, that ain't my thing, man. And they go away. And you're like, hey, no problem, brother. Just looking out for you. And there it is. Think about it. I'm not telling you to go do it. Think about it. Then go do it. All right? Hey, then we had Tosh come on here. Byron Toshima. Tosh. People have been saying Tosh's name after he came on. Everyone that calls me goes, I listened to Tosh's. I remember that guy. He smoked me once. Great episode. Toshima is doing amazing things out there, and I'm super, super proud of him. He was one of my guys, and he was a strong leader then, and he's doing it now, still. So carry on, my friend, and we're trying to make some plans, come out there and visit you so we can hang out and have some face-to-face chats and just relax. Hey, then after that, folks, we brought on Warrior Rising. Remember that? I talked about if you wanted to have a business, this might be the people to talk to. warriorrising.org. They're on Facebook, and they got .org, which means they're on the internet too. You can get on the interwebs. You can find them. The worst you're going to get is some information that you already knew, which I doubt that you're going to get. Everything you're going to get from something you didn't know is going to be an advantage that you probably don't already have. Let them help you. They're not taking your firstborn, your secondborn. You don't have to go and work for them. I don't even think they want pictures with you and handshakes. I think that stuff's over. I don't do it. I'll never do it. So all they're doing is giving you a resource that's going to help you and your family become better than you are right now. Hey, remember, all these families that are millionaires and billionaires and all that silly business, they got started somewhere. You might as well join the pack if that's your bag. Hey, so we went from there. Warrior Rising, you know the deal. Get on it. Do your thing. Hey, Derek Knapp. Derek, thanks for coming on, brother. You were leading soldiers in the Army, Korengal, then back to Afghanistan again. Got out, man, and you couldn't stay away. You jumped into equine therapy role, bringing veterans and their families. That's like VFW business, people. Restoration Ranch, Bastrop, Texas. Beautiful place. Beautiful people. Nice people in Bastrop. I went down to a barbecue place right after a crazy rain they had, and the river was like so swollen you couldn't even get down to the picnic tables. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. I know Derek does, but someone's been to Bastrop and been down there to that amazing downtown area that they've got. They've really built it up. It's beautiful. Hey, don't take my word for it, folks. Go on down there and visit Restoration Ranch. Go into Bastrop, check it out, and tell them Derek sent you. Hey, after that, folks, you know who we had on this last Monday. If you've been dreaming about doing rolls and going down rapids, getting your little white water, then you listen to Monday's episode with Mark Manila. Coming out of Fort Benning, Georgia, Team River Runner chapter. He is the coordinator there. He came on and explained everything to us, and we have got a lot of people that are out there kayaking. The episode that's coming out on Friday, the veteran just bought a kayak, hasn't listened to Monday's episode, and was talking about kayaking. And I said, did you listen to Monday's episode? Listen to the episode, folks, and you'll get the rest of the conversation. But it's happening. We're connecting veterans with things they like to do, and we're putting these resources out in front of them. We got to keep doing that. So if you've got something out there, mountain biking, let's tailor it towards the summer, okay? Mountain biking, fishing, boating, any kind of outdoor activities that people might be interested in. Bring that to us. Let us bring attention to it on the show. Let us share it across the internet, wherever these podcasts go in the world. Let us share what other people are doing to draw people to it. Or if it doesn't exist in their area, they can be like, hey, how'd you do that? I like to do it. I'm like 4,000 miles away. Can I do it? Come on, people. We can do this thing. We just have to lean forward together. All right? Lean forward in the ruck straps. Everybody together. All right? But hey, Mark, thanks for coming on, brother. Great episode. It was great talking with you, and I'm looking forward to. I sent some communications to some kayak folks here in Oklahoma. Hopefully, we can get that stuff rocking and rolling too. Help some veterans out here. We got a lot of water here in Oklahoma. A lot of great stuff. All right, so folks, you probably noticed that the episodes have kind of changed. We got a different format. The veteran guest is more a part of the show. They're really the co-hosts. They come in and they just kind of take over. I just push buttons and make sure everything's recorded right, and make odd comments from time to time. Other than that, the veterans are coming on and they're having a good time. You can call them on the phone. You can ask them; they'll tell you. And it's not because they fear me. Nobody fears me. They'll tell you the truth, guaranteed. But besides that, hey, thank you for all the shares. We've been reaching more veterans, which tells me that people have been sharing. So thank you. Keep doing what you're doing. I got no worries. Folks, about the podcast. I'm going to be here doing the podcast. I'm making changes so that I can do the podcast and continue doing what I'm doing. And we can keep on keeping on. And a lot of big changes. A lot of big changes when it comes to the show and the way the show's delivered, where the show's going, where the show's going to be coming from, where it's going to be traveling. So stick with us, folks, and let us get some stuff sifted out, and we'll get things going. But all right, hey, so the next thing I want to talk about, I do have a note here to talk about the progression of mental health. The mental health that we live in right now, it is evolving at a very, very rapid pace. The mental health system that we lived in before, that was pre-9/11. So you're talking about everything that we thought that we knew pre-9/11 and even after, into post-9/11, years after we'd already been into the shit. The stuff that was in research and collecting data and was kind of had dust on it. Not going to lie, it had dust on it, folks. Was dragged out and sprinkled on us and tried to help us out. It was an attempt. That's what we do. Everybody's seen it. Somebody's out there hurting. Somebody goes out and makes an attempt to bring them in. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That's the way it is. I don't like it. I've got a lot of veteran friends that are no longer with us today because we couldn't get to them. But we're here today to make sure that that doesn't happen to somebody else. Now, I say that because these new methods that are progressively coming out of research and into the veteran health care system is needed. There has been a cultural shift that happens with every culture, win or lose, when war takes place. The pressures that have been put on our culture, our way of life, have drastically altered the landscape of our country. World War I changed the way people thought. World War II changed it. Vietnam. I look back at Vietnam as a young man and World War II. What do we have now with the first war babies that are leaning forward in their ruck straps, that are signing up to serve, that are deploying? They're in uniform now. They weren't even born when all this started. They're different. They're different from me. I came in 93, folks, 1993. They are drastically different from me. Their mind formed around the idea that they were in a culture that was at war. They might have been insulated some points along that way, but it got to them and they joined. And knowing that they could deploy and they could be one of the casualties is ever present in their minds. That's their world. Healthcare is advancing forward. It is no longer the pre-9/11 Vietnam, Korea, World War II. It's not your healthcare. It's not our healthcare anymore. Our mental health care. I say that to say this as a warning. If you're saying that to yourself, you're wrong. These new techniques that are coming out, they're building on things that we thought that we knew, that now we know aren't true. and work better in this. Doctors used to say, if you smoke cigarettes, that was good for you. Smoke some cigarettes, it'll clear that up. Look how far we've come, people. This is progress. Do not get lost in the dust. The nice thing is you can come to it and be like, hey, I need some help. Hey, we've got a new program. Hey, I read about that in the VFW magazine. Because the VFW magazine is keeping up on this stuff too, folks. If they're putting it in the magazine, that means they want you to go and utilize it because it works. Be a forward-thinking person. When this stuff comes out, give it due diligence and study it. Ask questions. And if it fits you, go and get the help that you need. I'm not talking about big drastic stuff, folks. I'm talking about the little things. Even this kayaking. I wouldn't throw my grandpa in a kayak, folks. I wouldn't do it. But there's some folks out there that would like to get a little kayaking in. Maybe they don't know that they can do that. We got to help them out. Everything's changing. Everything's changing. The way we deliver information is changing. I was getting some of those grinders. It's the coffee bandit pouches at the gas station. And the old timer back behind the counter there always had a smile for me. Always had a little bit of conversation, a little back and forth banter. And 2 days ago, I asked him, "Excuse me, sir, are you a veteran?" And he says, "Yes, I am. Served in the Army." And I asked him, I go, "Do you listen to podcasts?" And he didn't. You could tell he wanted to be like, "Well, yeah." But he's an honest man, and he was no. And I go, "It's kind of like a radio show, but it's on the internet." I don't have any of that stuff. And I looked over and I saw his phone. He had a Galaxy, Samsung Galaxy. And I go, "Is that your phone, sir? Is that a smartphone?" "It is." I go, "Let me go on and just get the podcast so it's always on the face of your phone. You just touch it and you can listen to it." All right, I'll do it. And then come to find out, he had Facebook. So I had him like the page, follow it, and told him anytime it pops up on his feed, go to it because it's probably an episode for him that he could listen to. And he said, "Thank you." And I said, "Sir, I'm going to come back here and get you on the show." And he gave me a wink and a smile. Folks, that is what we have to do. We can't leave him in the dust. It doesn't do anybody any good to do that. If anything, go build some internal mirth, that mirth, that thing that builds up inside right before a chuckle starts to come out. Go build some of that internal gratitude you can kind of give yourself. All right. Think about it. But I'm telling you, don't shy away from the treatments that are out there just because it looks like it's new. It looks new. It smells new. Guess what, folks? It'll help you. Get the help you need. Be present the way you were meant to be. Get as close you can back to zero and enjoy life. All right? If you need us here on the podcast, we'll be here. Give us a shout. When I say we, I mean every veteran out there. Give us a shout. We're always here for you. And yeah. Good times. It's good times. If you got some ideas for episodes, bring them to me. Email it. Message me on Facebook. Leave a message. Whatever. And we'll start working it out. We've got a lot that we're working on. And it's going to be a good time, folks. We got a lot of amazing things going on. And I'm just humbled and happy to be a part of it. Lots of good stuff. Hey, be safe out there. All right, be safe. Get a hold of this episode on Friday. Get a hold of it, and have an amazing weekend. Reach out if you need anything. Anything, it doesn't matter. I got nothing else to do, folks. I'm just hanging out here, blowing in the wind, enjoying life, enjoying amazing conversations with veterans, and that's just about it. So give me a shout, and let's make something happen. Hey, love, peace, and hair grease, and all that good stuff. Everybody enjoy it. I'm gonna let you go with a little bit of the Hawaiian stuff. Man, this makes me feel good. All right, folks. Hey, this is getting you ready for the weekend. Just relax. Just be smooth. Hey, folks, if you're still hanging around, hey, it's me. I'm just figure I'd come on here and say this. Heart of Volunteer, copyright 2019, baby. Stay safe.